going on, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. You guys, 2020 is actually right around the corner, so I wanted to post a video just talking about general credit card strategy. This is meant for anyone in the credit card game, exactly what you guys should do and what I recommend. So here's what I did, you guys. I spent a lot of time on YouTube actually before making a YouTube channel and talking about YouTube credit cards. You know, I grew up in a household where credit cards are just bad for you. They're evil, they're not something you should get, and credit card debt is something that would ruin my life, so I should never just apply for a credit card. So it's really this false stigma, this false impression that credit cards are bad, just coming from people that we looked up to growing up. Now, most of you guys know, I'm pretty rebellious. I was always told, never open a credit card, don't even think about it, you don't need one. And I realized, as I was getting older, how much I actually needed a credit card. It can really control how much interest we're paying, so how much money we spend on something, whether or not we get accepted for a place if they do take our credit. And it really can be a valuable tool if you guys use it to your advantage. And the common response that I normally get is, Brian, I know I have to apply for credit cards, I just haven't really gone around to it yet. You know, I just know that they're good for me. I know I need to start now. It's just I just haven't gone around to it. And I just hear that so often, and it always blows my mind. It's like, you don't want free money, because I know if I slap $100 on this table right now that you'll take it instantly if I say just take the money, but you won't apply for a credit card, in essence, where you get even more money than $100 that I can offer you. So it's really just an interesting realm. I think a lot of people who are in the credit card game will understand this. You really can't have a civilized, simple conversation just trying to talk to people about credit cards. It's a very small minority, and I get super excited whenever I meet someone who's in the same market. Like whenever I see people checking out their food, or they're like going to Starbucks, and I always look with my little eyes, I look to see what card they use, because I love striking up a conversation. I've actually done this a couple times. I saw some guy using a Inc. Business Preferred card, and I was like, yo, buddy, that's a pretty nice card. You into credit cards? And a lot of people just, I guess, are not into it, or they're just not as passionate about it as I am, because usually they end up just walking away. Now, with most things in life, there's usually a polar opposite. If you have a coin, you have heads. If you have the other side of it, it's tails. Credit cards, it's either someone is really into it, someone is completely neutral, or someone hates credit cards and it has ruined their life. And I think a lot of us understand the spectrum just because anywhere you go, you'll be able to see that. Good examples: Dave Ramsey, man hates credit cards. Another great example, Graham Stephan, loves credit cards. In between neutrals, pretty much everyone I know in real life just doesn't really have an opinion about it. Now here's where this video comes along. If you're in that neutral zone, if you're in that middle zone and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm about to spit some facts on exactly why you guys should get into credit cards and some rules that you guys need to know so you don't get into that dark side, that negative side where you end up hating credit cards. Now, first of all, so you never get a credit card to buy things that you don't have the money for. What this means is if I'm trying to buy a new iPhone and I can't afford it, it doesn't mean I apply for a credit card so I pay it off in the future when I'm hoping I'm gonna get rich someday, because I'm just gonna get lucky in 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You don't go off that principle. You go off the principle that you use a credit card like a debit card, and you just reap the cash back. You reap the rewards. Now, there's this whole debate right now, especially during this time of year. I don't know why, but people often like to make this argument that annual fee cards aren't worth it and cashback cards are the way to go. If you are paying any type of annual fee, you're losing out on money and it's not worth it, and you're giving up to these big evil banks, and that's just really far from the truth, you guys. If you get a credit card and it costs you $95 to hold that credit card, but you're getting $500 worth of value, how does it not make sense to pay an annual fee to get a return on that card? I do understand the other side of the argument where you put in the math and maybe you're someone that doesn't travel that much, but for the most part, generally, if you guys pay something and you get a bigger return back, it will be worth it, and that's a no-brainer right there. I don't know how else to explain that. Now, I got into the credit card game a little bit after college. You can apply for credit cards as soon as you turn 18 for yourself. You can also get added as an authorized user of any of your parents or any of your close friends' accounts, just so it builds a little bit of credit history on your account too. Just make sure that if you do get added as an authorized user, that they do have a good credit score too, because if they have a bad credit score and you say, let me become an authorized user on your account, what'll end up usually happening is that bad score is going to transfer over to you and you're going to have a bad score too. And you really don't want to have a bad score. A couple reasons. If you guys ever want to get a loan, if you guys ever want to get into real estate, or if you ever want to invest in getting a business loan, they're going to check your credit score. If they realize you have a credit score of under 600, it's just going to be a lot harder to either get approved for that loan or even get a decent interest rate where you're not losing out on a ton of money. Now, if you guys do have a bad credit score, and I feel like this is going to be pretty common just because a lot of people did go heavy on this year's Cyber Monday, Black Friday deals, don't worry, you guys. I'll come out with a video on exactly what you guys need to do if you have credit card debt and how you guys can get rid of it and how you guys can increase your score. So if you guys are interested at all in any of that content, make sure you guys subscribe down below and you guys will get notified whenever I do come out with that video. Now, assuming that you guys don't have a terrible score, maybe a score of 650 or 675, say that you guys apply for your first card. What is that first card going to be? Normally, I recommend the Discover It card. That is really a great card to start out with just because they nail down the basics. They have good customer support. They have a system called cashback match. So all the cashback you get within that first year, they match it. So they double it. So if I get 5% cash back on something, essentially I'm getting 10% back. And that's pretty much a store discount if you go into any retail store out there. 10% is something that I'm really not going to pass out too easily. And it's just a good opportunity for you guys to maximize that first year reward. Now, surprisingly enough though, you don't get the Discover card for that feature. You actually get this card so it actually builds that credit card history with you and it actually helps your credit score. So this is considered a credit score building credit card. You get it kind of as a beginner card. It's really like your step up. So before you go and you hop the entire fence like Humpty Dumpty sitting on a wall, you really want to work up that wall. You really don't want to go ahead and try to jump for something that you're not going to be able to reach. That's way out of your league. You want to be able to work out the ranks, work up the system, and work it naturally. So people often start with the Discover card. That's really the first card that I started with. That's the card that I recommend. Now, after 3 or 4 months of just holding a regular credit card, paying it off in full, you're actually going to see your score increase quite a bit. So as soon as I did that, after about 3 months, I saw my credit score go up. Once that jump happens, once you're able to show these bank issuers that, hey, I'm not someone that's going to run off with my credit cards. You can trust me. I have a decent credit score. You want to get into the Chase cards because of the 524 rule and because of how much value Chase offers. Now, the Chase Freedom card is the beginner card that a lot of people go into. It's the card that I recommend compared to the counterpart of the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Now, I'll have that video linked above here as a card, so you guys can check that out at the end of this video as well too. But as soon as you guys get that Chase Freedom card, what you guys have done right there is build a relationship with Chase. You're showing Chase that, look, I can get approved for one of your cards. Now, let me work up the ranks within you guys. So what I recommend people to do is get that Discover card. After you get that, you get the Chase Freedom card. After that, you want to get the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. And after that, if you do decide you want to travel a lot, you can upgrade that card to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And usually, it's a lot harder to apply for the Chase Sapphire Reserve than it is for the Preferred. And that's because the Chase Sapphire Reserve has a way higher credit limit. It has a way higher annual fee, and it's considered a luxury travel card compared to the beginner Chase Sapphire Preferred card, which is more of like a beginner travel card. So the Chase Sapphire Preferred has an annual fee of $95. The Chase Sapphire Reserve has an annual fee of $450. So you guys can pretty much see right there why it's a lot easier to get a Chase Sapphire Preferred than a Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, say you guys do that, say you get the Freedom, you get the Preferred, you upgrade that over to the Reserve. What next? Well, during this time, I usually recommend people to get into the Chase Inc. business cards. Now, I've made multiple videos and blogs and playlists on how you guys can actually get a business credit card. I've done a walkthrough of it. So I really recommend getting the business credit cards because that's really where a majority of your points are gonna be. If you guys get all 3 of Chase Inc. business cards, that's about 200,000 plus points right there after you guys hit the welcome bonus and you guys get your points and cash back. So 200,000 points is worth quite a bit of money. Anyone in the travel rewards game will understand that it is quite a pretty penny, but if we want to break it down in a quantitative form, 200,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points is equivalent to $4,000 if we value 1 UR point to 2 cents, which is very easy to get. Now, after that, you guys, it really depends on what your route is. Do you want to get into that hotel trifecta of lineup of cards? Do you love staying at hotels? Do you plan on staying at more hotels in the future? If you do, then you definitely want to cater that towards your own custom plan and maybe get that hotel credit card. But during this time, I usually recommend people to get into the American Express cards just because you've gotten most of the Chase cards and you still want to keep that 524 slot open. Now, during the time you guys get the Chase business cards, usually that's an enough time for that 524 rule to reset a bit, so you guys can still qualify for chase cards, but I recommend getting one American Express card, and that's usually the gold card. I know it has an annual fee of $250. I know that may seem like a lot compared to any other cards that you guys may have in the past, but you really do get significant value. I've made a video on that too, you guys, on how to figure out whether or not a American Express gold card is going to give you positive value. Now, after you guys get the American Express gold card, you really have freedom to do what you want. If you're someone who decides to travel a lot more, then the American Express platinum card is going to make sense for you guys. But like I said, it's really going to depend up to you after this point. I don't know. Just think of like Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. You know, you take this little Padawan, you grow him up, he learns how to, you know, adapt to the Force, you get him his powers, you get him, you know, that clout in the Jedi world, and, you know, before he kills everyone and betrays the entire universe, you've actually created a powerful and pretty wise Jedi. And that's really just my job. I feel like as a YouTuber, my job is pretty much to get someone in the beginner level of the credit card game and just get them to at least the intermediate level. And after that point, it's really not that difficult to go from intermediate to advanced, and that's really just going to be dependent on someone and how committed they are to the game. Like I said, some people are crazy about saving money, and other people really don't care that much. They just want a couple cards, they want to be able to travel a couple times for free. But then there are going to be other people that usually end up joining something like our Facebook community that are just obsessed, that love credit cards and just want to hear the news about it consistently. Now, if you guys do end up becoming one of our credit card nerd friends, make sure you guys join our Facebook group down below. I'm actually going to create a Discord to create another community within that community, just so we have another community of like-minded individuals within the credit card niche. So guys, I really hope this video helped you guys out. This was a long video for me to make, but it's something that was just overdue on my channel. And with the start of the new year, I think this video is actually going to help out a lot of people, because every time I run into someone in person, this seems to be quite the question. Just how do I get started? What do I start with? What's the process? Hopefully this video helped you guys out, and hopefully this is going to be the guide that you guys can send to your other friends and get them in the credit card game as well. Now guys, if I did help you guys out, if you guys want to help your boy back out, two ways you guys can do that. First, drop a like on this video. That really just pushes this video out to people that may have never heard about credit cards, and it just pushes it out to a new audience. And I also noticed like 80% of my viewers aren't subscribed. Like, guys, come on, you guys. I do understand that credit card isn't the most interesting topic to other people out there, but guys, 80%, that's just too much. So if you guys are looking to subscribe to a YouTube channel, and if you guys are in a situation where you do want to start your credit card journey and you're someone that's looking to apply for your first card, what you guys can actually do is check out the links down below. These are affiliate links. They do support this channel so I can make great videos just like this one, but you guys really don't lose anything during that process. So like I mentioned, if you guys want to check out any of the credit cards that I mentioned in this video, make sure you guys check out the links down below. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and my question to you guys is, what was your beginner credit card, and where are you guys in your credit card journey? How long did it take you to get to where you are right now? For me, it took me about, I think, less than a year to really get from this to this. And yes, spending a lot of money on Facebook ads does actually accelerate the process because you end up getting that welcome bonus quite a bit. But I know a lot of people have different unique situations. Some people may take 5 years because you may be in a situation where you have a bad credit score, and within the first 4 years, you actually need to improve that score. So there's a lot of people in different situations. Let me know down below what situation you guys are in. This really just helps me as a content creator to figure out what type of videos I should make and to just figure out what my target audience of people who watch this video are. But like I said, you guys, thank you so much for tuning by. I really do appreciate all the love. You guys are incredible. And like I say from time to time again, I hope I see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh my gosh. You guys might be wondering why the audio is a little different. I actually forgot to record the separate sound file. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's gonna be a little bit wow. This is like the third time it's actually ever happened to me, and it kills me when I record a 20-minute video and I forget to turn this guy on. I mean, it's on. I just forgot to record. I forgot to press record. I pressed record on my camera, but I have to press record on QuickTime. Wow, the audio might be a little different. I hope you guys are okay with that, and I hope you guys still enjoy this video. Peace.